Happy Friday, motherfuckers! Cheers! And welcome back to the Underground Broadcast!
Live.
What up, motherfuckers? Cheers! Strictly Tony! Here's for you, we're here first, motherfucker!
Yeah, but you know, while you were singing that, I wrote another tune, you know?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, yeah.
What you got that costume on for, man? You ain't no cholo, you're a culo. You ain't no cholo, you're a culo. Takes a lot of cojones to be a cholo. You ain't no goddamn cholo. Why you got that on? Why you got that costume on? Because that's all it is. For you, it's just a costume. Take it off, homie. Take it off.
Cheers, Tony, you motherfucking beaner. We love you. Hit it for Antaglic Roast. What up, motherfucker?
Live.
Oh yeah, I don't have an intro for your roast. Maybe if you keep on showing up, I might just surprise you one Friday evening. And let's not forget about our very own a Super Saiyan Hohoku.
I want to have the world's most comfortable pair of ultra soft.
Cheers, Joku. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to the woke pack. Cheers, motherfuckers. It was one hot hell of a day. Quick announcements. Appreciate Super Saiyan Joku who gave some donations. Thank you very much, Joku. Ko-fi.com/underground broadcast. So far, we are go. We don't have a go, but like I said, we'll probably end up upgrading the AI because it only gives us 4,000 tokens. And for like every video that I make, and it's like 5-second video, it takes up 100 tokens. And every picture, image is about 10 to 20 tokens, depending on how complex it's going to be. So mind you, I run out of tokens quite fast, but I use a lot of them for today's broadcast. You're going to see some badass AI shit. So hopefully if we get some more money, we'll be able to upgrade our subscription and we'll get more tokens every month. So we can keep using. And I said everybody who donates towards this AI, since you donate money, you can just ask me for shit on our social medias, and I'll send you shit. Like I sent Tony a picture or video of Trump and him celebrating and Trump hugging him. What up, DMT? I really appreciate you jacking off a little bit earlier today so you wouldn't miss the show. That's badass. But you are more than welcome to jack off during the show. I totally support that kind of behavior. Also, you want to follow us on our social medias to send me messages or ask or just fucking links to chicks' titties. Here are our social medias. We don't have a Rumble yet because we only have 9 subscribers on our Rumble, and they don't give us a fucking address until we have 20. Anyways. I also want to fucking let you guys know that tomorrow is the Money in the Bank!
Live.
And y'all know how we do, so expect the stream on our Discord to start around 5-ish, because I think WE starts, unlike AEW, WE actually starts their fucking pay-per-views early. So we'll definitely want to catch the women's Money in the Bank match, because they usually start off with that. That's gonna be badass. So yeah. So we'll be watching that tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. I also posted up a video giving you what the AI said, which games I would like. I told them all the games I didn't like. I told them that I hated The Witcher 3 and how outdated it was. And so fucking it gave me a list. You know, I have the videos up there. I don't have the list right now. I didn't have time to bring it up here. But there's a list of games you all choose. Whatever you choose within the next couple of days, I'll go buy it at GameStop and we'll play it. That's the deal. Anyways, cheers everybody. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit that motherfucking like and subscribe and the notification buttons because YouTube likes to sabotage us and they like to not show you whenever the fuck we stream. They like to not notify you whenever the fuck my videos pop out. And most importantly, they like to shadow ban me for whatever reason. Happy Pride Month, by the way. Fuck you, YouTube. Sons of bitches. I'm the only one here showing pride. No one else on YouTube is, you fucking pussies. Anyways, let's move on. Let's get this show on the road, and we're gonna get it started with none other than your weekly political news.
Is this on? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, no ho. Okay.
In the Ice Age, how much taxes did people pay?
Richard Nixon, surprisingly, had problems.
You could experience everything from a plane crashing into our trade center to a...
The dark side is very powerful in Biden.
That's a banana republic without the banana.
I'm being indicted for you. Thanks a lot.
Jesus was arrested.
His gaggle of crackpot lawyers.
I'd say sometimes to a lawyer, are you sure you want to represent me?
His weight is listed 250.
He looks good, and he looks hard.
She'd rather let me...
What?
Cheers. Oh, what a week it's been in the political scene in the United States of America. Especially the last 2 days, but we'll get into that in a little bit. You know what we'd like to start off? We'd like to start off with the embarrassments of our political world. And, well, this week... excuse me a minute. Fuck, I hate it when you get it stuck right here. Let me take a sip. There we go. That definitely helped. All right. Like I said, let's start with the embarrassments of the week. And this week, New Zealand is facing a democratic problem. And I'm not talking democratic, like it is a democratic, you know, they vote and all this. I'm talking about democratic, as in the Democrats. The left-wing radical bullshit has finally reached New Zealand, and now they're dealing with it too. This is what happened. Oh my God! I'm gonna mute my shit because I know I'm gonna start laughing. Get ready for this, guys. This is the New Zealand Parliament this week.
Bana Rafferty Maipi Clark therefore is suspended from the service of the House for 7 days starting from today.
Yeah, you dumbass, you've been suspended. Oh my God. So in New Zealand, they have the Maori tribes over there. And the Maoris are those motherfuckers like that guy Tamara Morrison, you know, Boba Fett. And that Taika Waititi, that dumbass. They're over there, gonna come from over there, and that fucking idiot, Jason Momoa and shit. And so they do this stupid dance, this war dance and shit. I don't know. The parliament was gonna pass a badass law, but we're gonna fucking, you know, kick all these illegal Maoris back to their little islands and keep them out of the cities. And they got mad and they threw a fit and they started just fucking going off and yelling little chants, death chants and shit. Death to the white man. Very, very democratic, if you ask me. Yeah. This chick is crazy. How loud she went. Oh, play it one more time, because that shit. I had it on mute, but that shit made me laugh. She started off good at first, you know, and then she kicks it up a notch. And then everybody else joins in. And that guy right there. Oh my God. You know, this is why stuff never gets done in governments of the world and shit. Because idiots get elected. And instead of following the process and the rules that you're supposed to follow to get shit done, they do dumbass stuff like this. And then they get suspended, and they gotta wait another 2.5 weeks until they're unsuspended so they can try to vote again. God damn it. Meanwhile, everybody else like us, the regular people, are waiting for these goddamn laws to get passed. Anyways, we don't live in fucking New Zealand, so fuck these goddamn islanders. Let them stay over there and shit and scream out the top of their lungs and shit. Lilo and Stitch made $300 million on the box office because these goddamn motherfuckers love that movie. And Moana too, they got $2 million on Moana. Or whatever the fuck that movie's called. Anyways, fuck them. They better fucking get on the ball and start voting and shit. This is embarrassing for their nation. Moving on to more embarrassments, and this time we're moving here to our very own embarrassments here in our country. I want to start with Democratic Representative Jerry Nadler. Used to be Gerald, but now he wants to be called Jerry because he's old and should fall asleep there when he should be voting and shit. Look at that. The Republicans just passed another law because you didn't vote, you idiot. Jerry!
Live.
No. This week, Jerry Nadler and his staff were seen harboring illegal immigrants that the ICE agents were trying to arrest outside of a fucking courthouse and shit. Because now, I don't know if you all noticed, the government's getting smart with these motherfuckers. They're motherfuckers that have to show up to court, like to meet the judge to see if their papers are going to go through, or if you get to stay here another 6 months. They give you another stamp on your visa and shit. So they got to go in every like, it's kind of like a parole officer. You got to go there every couple of weeks or whatever. And now the ICE agents are just waiting outside these places. And as soon as those people show up, they book them and shit. And so Jerry Nadler and his staff saw a bunch of these other motherfuckers and they fucking try to harbor. Hey, I didn't even notice. Cheers, Gomer!
What's your name, scumbag?
Gomer Pie.
Private Pile, I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to wipe that stupid-looking grin off your face, or I will gouge out your eyeballs and skull fuck you. 1, 2, 3.
Shazam!
Yes, happy Pride Month, Gomer. Thank you for representing. You're the only one. You're the only woke person here that represented. God damn it.
Live.
Thank you, Gomer. Anyways, yeah. And so they saw that these illegals were gonna get captured by the ICE agents. And so Jerry and his staff quickly, come here, hide in here. And they hid him inside their building and shit. Yeah. And then this went down.
No, she did not. That is not what happened.
That is not what happened. Okay.
What?
Hold on a second.
You have your contact information, right?
No, I'm going to give you time to speak to you.
Hey.
That's what I'm going to do.
I got you.
No.
I got you. You're okay.
I don't have to.
You're okay. You're okay. You're going to be okay.
I'm a federal officer. We're here checking on something. We have the right to check. I'm giving you. I'm not resisting. Stop resisting. You harboring rioters in the office. So there was not a problem. Let's walk inside. Let's walk through.
For what?
Let me see what's in here. Let's go. Come on.
Can you stay?
Hold it there.
Yeah. His staff tried to get in the way. You can't come in here. And when the ICE agents try to get in, they push the ICE agents, and the ICE agent says, fuck no! And they are busted their asses. And then she starts crying, I'm gonna go to jail! Another Democrat arrested. For what? For obstructing the law. That's for what? God damn it. We need to stop, move out of the way and let these officers do their fucking jobs, you pussies. That's all I gotta say. All the motherfuckers, they don't complain, they went to jail. Nah, they let them go. They didn't do nothing wrong, but they didn't put them in handcuffs so they can move the fuck out of the way. You have any idea how many times I've been in handcuffs? But I've never been to jail. Because they always let me go. You wanna know why? Because the shit they're looking for, I already swallowed before they even pulled me over. Oh yeah, live. Unfortunately, that dumb bitch didn't swallow her own bullshit and she got busted. Or at least got the scare of her life because she never been in trouble with the law, so just put her in handcuffs, scared the shit out of her. She was fucking pissing on herself and crying and shit. The other lady was trying to tell the cop, hey, don't! And when the cop turned around, like, you didn't see it, but the cop turned around and she just shut the fuck up like... Because she said, oh, arrest me too. Oh, yeah. Fucking Jerry Nedler. He's the one that should be arrested. Him and his staff harboring fugitives and shit. Illegals. Criminals. Motherfucker. You all want to say, oh, Jerry Nedler is a hero and all. Fuck this fucking diabetic son of a bitch. He's been in office since 1977. That's 48 years this son of a bitch has been collecting a paycheck and getting rich out of each and every one of you. And he wants to help illegals stay here and get benefits that you have to pay for from your own fucking tax dollars. And here he is sleeping in Congress. Away. His 87-year-old ass still collecting a $400,000 paycheck a year. While we're struggling. The goddamn president only stays there for 4 years. Why the fuck do these sons of bitches get to be in office for so long? There's something really wrong with this country. And it's not the problem with these people. It's the problem with you who keep voting them in. God damn it. Son of man's just one person. Can't do everything by myself. Anyways. Alright, we're done with this ass. We're moving on to more embarrassments of the Democratic Party. Because this week, Karine, Jan, Pierre chugged the deuce and said goodbye to the Democrats. Live. She is now identified as a non-binary trans independent. That's what she said. That's what she said, not me. Oh, wow. The whole party's falling apart. And all of a sudden, she comes out that she has a book ready to tell the truth. And in the book, she says she's embarrassed to be part of the Democratic Party. And that the last couple of years, they knew that Biden was not even there. And that everybody around him, even the fucking aides and the staff, everybody treated him like a toddler. Oh, come here, sit down. Oh, here you go. Here's your phone. Play with it while we do the work, you fucking old man. And shit. No, Joe. Stay there, Joe. Don't move. Bad Joe. And shit like that. She's exposing the truth of what really went on in the Biden administration. She's had enough of getting ridiculed by Fox News, by MSNBC, by the Son of Man and the Woke Pack, and everyone else. Because she looked like a goddamn fool every time she was up there and didn't have a goddamn rhetoric or answer or explanation to any of the questions they would ask her the last 4 fucking years. Well, we wish her the best in life. That's all I'm gonna say. Cheers to Karine Jean-Pierre, or whatever the fuck. She should just go by her real name, LaQuisha, like everyone else does, god damn it. Anyways, let's move it along to what everybody's been waiting for. Let's talk about Donald J. Trump!
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs. I want to build the wall. We need the wall. But we have some bad hombres here, and we're going to get them out.
This week, President Trump hit hard with a goddamn travel
The recent terror attack in Boulder, Colorado, has underscored the extreme dangers posed to our country by the entry of foreign nationals who are not properly vetted, as well as those who come here as temporary visitors and overstay their visas. We don't want them. In the 21st century, we've seen one terror attack after another carried out by foreign visa overstayers from dangerous places all over the world. And thanks to Biden's open door policies, today there are millions and millions of these illegals who should not be in our country. Very simply, we cannot have open migration from any country where we cannot safely and reliably vet and screen those who seek to enter the United States. That is why today I am signing a new executive order placing travel restrictions on countries including Yemen, Somalia, Haiti, Libya, and numerous others. The list is subject to revision based on whether material improvements are made, and likewise new countries can be added as threats emerge around the world. But we will not allow people to enter our country who wish to do us harm, and nothing will stop us from keeping America safe. Thank you very much.
Nothing will stop us from keeping this country safe. We'll get to that later, Roast. Nothing will stop us. God damn it. Good. Why the fuck are we letting everybody in the country? God damn it. I mean, why were we even letting anyone from Iran? We were letting people in from Iran, from Afghanistan. God damn it. From the Republic of Congo. Have you not seen that movie Congo? There's all these killer apes over there. God damn it. Why the fuck are we letting them in here? This is bad. This is really bad. Haiti. We should have never let Akon or Rihanna in here, neither. I mean, this is stuff that should have been implemented years ago, motherfuckers. All right? Fuck all these countries. None of you will ever visit them in your entire lives, even if it was safe. You'd never want to go to any of these countries because even drinking the water from any of these countries would give you the shits for 2.5 months. So this is a good thing. It's such a good thing that even the Democrats were praising him for this. They couldn't even say anything bad about this. This is something that should have been done fucking 50 years ago. Why are we letting just anybody from any country come right in? Hell, if it was up to me, we wouldn't let any Chinese, except for the women, any Chinese come in here. God damn it. Yeah. The Japanese are cool because they make the fucking the hentai and they make the anime and shit and all that the weird shit, you know, that people like to do masturbate to when they're home alone. But not the Chinese. They're up to no good. The men. Yeah. The women are all yeah.
Live.
All right. Let's keep it going. Because that's not all that happened this week for Trump. No, my friends. This week, Voldemort Zelensky went down to the local Walmart, because it's not called Walmart over there. It's called Walmart. And he went to the local Walmart and he purchased one of these fucking drones and shit. One of these small recreational drones, flyby drones. This son of a bitch attached TNT to it and they started flying them over the border to Russia. And they blew up 40 nuclear bombers right off of their fucking airfield and shit. Leaving Putin with only 2 bombers to drop nuclear bombs on anyone with. I mean, he can still shoot ballistic missiles. I mean, they carry nuclear weapons, so that's not a big deal. He doesn't need bombers. But he no longer has bombers. They're gone. He only has 2 left. And Zelensky makes sure it was the shitty ones. They didn't even have gas in them either. This is crazy. They're about to have peace talks, and this dumb son of a bitch flies drones over there. and then just blows up all their nuclear fucking aircraft and shit. Oh my God. Talk about like you're fucking up. God damn it, Zelensky. I mean, you know what was going to happen. Russia was going to retaliate, and fucking Putin retaliated the very next fucking day with full fucking force. Because Zelensky only hurt unmanned aircrafts just sitting there at the airport. This guy decided to just fucking shoot into cities and blow the shit out of people. Oh my God, bro. This is getting bad, bro. I can tell you that the U.S. is not going to join in and help and defend people. No, we're not. Trump's not like that. He's not going to get in this fight. But the problem is other countries might. The United Nations might. The United Nations probably supplied Zelensky with the money or with the fucking Walmart card so he could go, the Walmart card, so he could go and buy that shit on credit. He's making payments on those drones and shit right now. I'm sure they have plenty of money that Biden sent over there. So not a big deal that they lost a couple of drones. But there's a lot of civilians that have been killed in the Ukraine because Zelensky decided to fly a drone over there and poke the hornet's nest at a time where they're going to have peace negotiations. This is fucking stupid, man. And pointless. They did ask Trump what the fuck he plans to do about this.
Would you consider to put more sanctions on Russia? Because this discussion is going on now.
When I see the moment where it's not going to stop, and I'm sure you're going to do the same thing, will be very, very, very tough. And it could be on both countries, to be honest. You know, it takes two to tango. But we're going to be very tough. But sometimes you see two young children fighting like crazy. They hate each other and they're fighting in a park. And you try and pull them apart. They don't want to be pulled. Sometimes you're better off letting them fight for a while and then pulling them apart. There's some additional fighting that's going to go on. You know, he attacked and they attacked pretty harshly. They went deep into Russia. And he actually told me, I mean, I made it very clear. He said, we have no choice but to attack based on that. And it's probably not going to be pretty. I don't like it. I said, don't do it. You shouldn't do it. You should stop it. But again, there's a lot of hatred.
Sometimes you just got to let the children fight. Dude, he said he had a phone call with fucking Putin. And this wasn't a phone call about peace talks. This is a phone call just the day before when Zelensky attacked. Because Putin said, we're going to have to attack because he came over here and blew up my fucking bombers for no reason. We're about to have peace talks. He sends some fucking drone over here and blows shit up. I'm going to have to respond or else I look like a pussy. You know? The United Nations is going to drive the world into World War III. While Trump is trying to establish peace talks between these idiots, the United Nations is giving Zelensky the fucking go to go and do shit to Russia, and then Russia has no choice but to respond back. It's just fucking stupid, man. But it sounds from that interview like what Trump has decided to do after that phone call with Putin is to just let Putin run the Ukraine over. If you listen closely, what he said, you're going to just let him fight. Who do you think's going to win? A huge fucking country with nuclear weapons and all these armies? Or one little Ukraine with a tap dancing, fucking leotard wearing fool? Probably high on crack with Hunter Biden over there and shit. This is the end of the Ukraine. And Trump's going to let it happen. I got a feeling the United Nations is not going to allow it. And they're going to drag into a bigger conflict. But we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. God damn it. What happened a week and a half ago? We were on our way to the Vatican to have peace talks with the Pope. Zelensky goes and does this fucking ass shit. I'm telling you, man. We're being played here. Moving on to what everyone is talking about. An Antagonic roast mentioned a while ago. Let's move on to a huge fucking upset for the American people. Yes, I'm talking about the falling out of one of the greatest tag teams the political world has ever witnessed. The Trump and Elon Musk falling out. The last 2 days was horrible. And it all started with one simple tweet. Oh, I'm sorry, Elon Musk tweets. Or X's, whatever you want to say. I can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous pork-filled congressional spending bill is disgusting abomination. Shame on anyone who voted for it. I saw this because, you know, I follow Elon Musk, and I was all like, dude, what are you doing? Even if it was one big fucking pork-filled congressional spending bill, it was disgusting. You don't do it. You don't fucking turn on your team like that you've been representing. You don't say. You don't turn on your crew like that. This is an internal matter that you fight in private with Trump, telling him, hey, change shit here. And what the fuck, man? I don't want to pay taxes for my electric vehicles. You tell him that in private. You don't fucking go on Twitter and start all this ass. But Elon Musk is autistic and still has the mind of a genius 15-year-old. So this is what he does. Of course, the fake news right away wants to start shit about it. And they asked Caroline Levitt, point blank.
Something that just crossed Caroline. How mad do you think President Trump is going to be when he finds out that Elon Musk said, I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it.
Look, the president already knows where Elon Musk stood on this bill. It doesn't change the president's opinion. This is one big, beautiful bill, and he's sticking to it.
You even saw her expression when she smiled and go, Because even she knows Elon fucked us. He's fucked us. We no longer have validity because this idiot went and made one little tweet. Or X. Or whatever you want to call it. I don't know how you call it nowadays. I'm not one of these fucking kids who stays up to date with the lingo. Okay? My hair is gray. I'm dying here. Then the fake news directly asked Trump that afternoon.
Well, look, you know, I've always liked Elon, and it's always very surprised. You saw the words he had for me, the words of, and he hasn't said anything about me that's bad. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything, and I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here. Had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate, because that's billions and billions of dollars.
Did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly? And this is the guy you put in charge of cutting spending. Should people not take him seriously about spending now? Are you saying this is all sour grapes?
No, he worked hard, and he did a good job.
Even in the face of mockery, Trump doesn't even put the guy down. He said, hey, he knew what was in the bill from a long time ago, but the only reason he suddenly has a problem is because we're cutting Biden's electric vehicle mandate that was going to force everybody by 2030 to switch to electric vehicles, and now you're going to go throw it in jail and arrest it. Also, everybody has to be homosexual and fucking non-binaries. Wear dresses and makeup. It was going to be badass. You guys... It was going to be badass. Yeah, anyways. So Trump said, none of that. Not in this bill. So Elon Musk got pissed. Because now the world's going to be full of gas. Polluting cars instead of electric vehicles. With batteries made by fucking slave children in Africa to dig up all that cobalt for all you motherfucking rich privileged fucks over here in America. So you use your cell phones and your diamonds and all your fucking electric vehicles on the blood in the hands of fucking poor, fucking malnutrition African children, slaves. Just think about that. Sons of bitches. Anyways, Trump couldn't stay quiet because, goddammit, Trump, you know how he is. So Trump actually, I don't even know where I'm at. Anyways, let's just click on this. Fucking Elon Musk got pissed. And he said, you know what? Fuck it. We're not going to Mars. I'm going to cancel the fucking government contracts. And I'm going to cancel the Dragon spacecraft immediately. The Dragon spacecraft was a spacecraft that this guy was building so he can go and fucking help bring safely down to Earth the International Space Station. Because I don't know if any of you know already, but the International Space Station can no longer stay in orbit because it's gotten... Okay, when it was built up there and shit, it's in the Earth's orbit. But the way gravity works is that it's slowly pulling everything down to Earth so you can crash here and die miserably with the rest of us. And so the space station, all this time, has slowly been being pulled down to the Earth. And I think it's 2035 when that son of a bitch is going to come crashing down like a meteorite and destroy everything for hundreds of miles all around wherever it lands. And they don't know where it's going to land. They don't know. It might land in China. It might land in France. It might land in the middle of fucking New York. They don't know. This guy was coming up with a plan. I'm going to take a rocket up there. We're going to attach it over there. And the rocket's going to fly down here slowly the way my rockets. Because this guy makes rockets that fly back down. They don't explode or just flow into space or die or whatever the fuck. The way NASA does it. This guy, his rocket comes back down. So that's what he was fucking doing. Not anymore. We're going to die in the next 10 years because fucking Trump pissed off this autistic dumbass. I mean, genius. I don't know why I'm calling him a dumbass. He's kind of really the smartest guy on Earth. He's the richest man on Earth, too. Or at least he was. We'll get into that in a little bit. Well, Trump couldn't stay quiet. And Trump followed up with his ass. And he said, you know what? Fuck it. He went ahead and started exposing Elon Musk and started defending his bill. And he says, Elon was wearing thin. I asked him a long time ago to leave because he's being autistic and counting too many. Like, he was counting when he walked on the sidewalks, he was counting the lines of the sidewalks and it was getting annoying. He says, hey, President Trump, from the start of the White House all the way to the entrance, there are 33 fucking lines in the sidewalk. And Trump was all like, get this idiot out of here. He was tired of him. But he says that he took the EV mandate away that Biden put in and that he went crazy. Yeah. Well, Elon does not appreciate being called a crazy. So he tweeted this next. Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald J. Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out.
Live.
Oh my God. What have I been saying since day fucking one? The Epstein files will never see the light of day because Trump is in them. And the reason why the Democrats never released the files to make Trump look bad is because they're in them too. And so is everyone in Hollywood and every CEO, rich motherfucker, billionaire in America. They're all on there. And so that's why Epstein died and everyone is safe. Epstein was a spy for the Jews. Israel had dirt on people, was getting dirt on people in order to make America do whatever the fuck Israel wants. I don't know if you notice, America's not doing what Israel wants anymore. Israel's kind of on its own right now in the Middle East. No one is supporting Israel right now. No one. Trump is supporting the entire Middle East. He's even talking with Iran They're not going good. I'm not gonna lie. The negotiations are not going good. Iran's being a bunch of assholes, but at least he's trying to talk to them. But he's isolating Israel, and Israel is alone over there, and they're gonna get fucking blown the fuck off the face of this earth, which is what honestly needs to happen in order for us to have world peace. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm not a Palestinian, fucking one of these guys who went to Harvard. I'm not. I just know the devil when I see him. Is all I'm gonna say. Anyways, we're never gonna see the Epstein files because they're all in it. They're all in it. All right. And if you don't believe me, because at the very same time, and I don't lie, I actually don't want to show this fucking video, but I'm going to, because I don't like promoting this piece of shit. This bald son of a bitch. This bald overweight son of a bitch. But here's this video because at the exact same time this was happening, they were having an interview with none other than Kash Patel, the director of the FBI. And the producer was all like, hey, this is happening on Twitter. So they brought it up right there in front of Kash Patel, and they read these tweets.
Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day. Jesus Christ.
I'm not participating in any of that conversation
What is
between
he?
Elon and
Have a
Trump.
nice day, DJD. Jesus Christ, that's a crazy thing to say. How does he know? Does he know that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files? Or does he have access to the Epstein files?
I don't know how he would, but I'm just staying out of the Trump Elon thing. That's way outside my lane.
What are they doing?
I know my lane, and that ain't it.
I just don't.
He knows his lane, and that isn't it. Kash Patel went in as director of the FBI, like I said weeks ago, and he had all these folders in front of him, the Epstein files. And when he read them, he says, I'm going to have to say he killed himself. Because if not, I'll wind up dead. Because every rich, powerful person in this goddamn country is in that file. From both sides, Democrat, Republicans, any fucking CEO, wealthy motherfucker, any Jewish philanthropist, any motherfucking record producer, record CEO, motherfuckers from Hollywood, Leonardo DiCaprio, everyone's on that goddamn list. So it's never coming out. Epstein's gone. He was working for the Jews. He's out. America's safe. That's all that matters to them. Their secrets and America is safe. We're no longer going to be blackmailed by Israel, and all of their dirty secrets are safe. And that's the goddamn truth. Elon Musk knows it, and he just dropped the big bomb here. And no one, at least on Trump's cabinet or anything, is saying anything about this particular tweet right here. But, like I said, we got the richest, smartest autistic man in the world versus a very rich, probably the most powerful man in the world right now. Racist, rapist, womanizer. Who's going to win? Well, my friends, overnight. And that's because of Elon Musk's little fucking tweet. Remember, who's in the Epstein files? Everyone. Overnight, Tesla stocks dropped dramatically, and Elon Musk lost $54 billion.
Live.
Yeah. Now, that ain't nothing to a man who's like $300 billion worth of money. But when you're $300 billion and you lose fucking 50 of them, it does fucking sting a little bit. And I think he's starting to regret his actions. Because Bill Ackman, some fucking guy, I don't know what he is, some white guy, he's probably rich too because Elon Musk follows him. He said, I support Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and they should make peace for the benefit of our country. we are much stronger together than apart. And Elon Musk replied, "You're not wrong." Yeah. Of course you're not wrong after losing $53 billion in one night. And realizing that you just made an enemy out of every rich person and fucking celebrity and politician in America. Oh. Trump's gonna win this, and Elon Musk has no choice but to say he's sorry. And the best way he can do it is to publicly be there when that big, beautiful bill is finally passed. It'll be passed. It's gonna take a long time because they're being, they're doing their bickering like always. But it'll pass eventually. These things always pass. All right, they're gonna pass. He'll have to be there and support it, in support of it. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. He ain't gonna win this fight. Trump is the president of the free fucking world. It don't matter if you're the richest man on earth. You're fucking with the guy in charge, motherfucker. The guy who pushes the buttons. Yeah. It's a damn shame. They're the greatest tag team that ever lived. I mean, they could have had like world championship tag team titles together. AEW and WWE titles. Aw, yeah. They would have been a good team, too. They would have been a good team. Imagine watching them do a Meltzer driver like the Young Bucks. Ah, that'd be badass. Oh, my God. Anyways, we're done with the motherfucking Elon Musk and Trump. Goddamn, God bless the politics in this country because they make life interesting. They make life depressing. They make life stressful. And they make life difficult. So, my advice to you all is to simply turn off your television. Cheers. All right, let's get this show on the road and keep it going with the goddamn weekly pop culture breakdown. Work. God damn it. I haven't filed some of my nails, so they're a little too long, and I'm pressing the buttons. But because my nails are long, my nail stops my thumb from pressing it down. And I'm like, fuck, it'll work. I'll have to file them tomorrow. Anyways, I'm like a cat. I'm a kitty. I'm a kitty. Fortnite. Anyways, let's keep it going, motherfuckers. Oh my God. Let's start with the sad news, with the downer news. Because this week, in this brand new city I'm living in, voice actor Jonathan Josh, also known as John Redcorn, motherfuckers, was shot to death at the age of 59. Right in front of his mailbox, too. Yeah. It was pretty sad, man. It was sad that he wasn't even included in the new revival of King of the Hill. Mostly because I don't think Dale's gonna be in it. It's because Brittany Murphy died. And so did what was his name? Tom Petty died. Because Brittany Murphy was Luann and Tom Petty was that guy, the husband, what was his name? The idiot. I forgot what his name was. And so they wrote those characters out because they died. Fucking Dale, the guy who voiced Dale, also died. So I don't think he's going to be in it. And so because he wasn't in it, they were going to have Nancy, and they don't need John Redcorn to be having an affair. And so he wasn't in, he's not going to be in the new show. It kind of sucks for him, you know? But there's some shit that's going on with his death, man, because he got shot. You know what I'm saying? This guy didn't die of natural causes. He got shot down. And according... Oh, Jimmy. Yeah, Gomer. Jimmy was Tom Petty. Was Jimmy... Or was it Jimmy? I don't even remember. I don't remember his name. It was that weird guy that Luann married. He was like a hick. Yeah. No, it wasn't a drive-by. Let me tell you guys the story. And this is the story that's unfolding here. They're being told. According to his younger half... his age husband, Tristan Gonzalez.
Woke as fuck.
Yeah, that's right. This guy, he liked little boys. Oh, yeah.
Woke as fuck.
According to his husband, Tristan Gonzalez, he claims this was a hate crime. So back in January, their house caught on fire, and they had to move out, obviously, because it's all gone, right? They were convinced that this was arson and shit. You know what I'm saying? Everything burnt down, all their belongings, and their animals were inside the house, unfortunately, and they fucking died too. But anyways, this guy... he came back that afternoon, last Sunday, to his property to check the mail because the mailbox is still there. And they claim that they opened up the fucking mailbox and shit. And in the mailbox was the fucking skeleton of his dead dog with his harness on. And they claim that the neighbor put it in there to be a dick. And of course... these homosexuals saw the bones of their dead dog in the mailbox and they started fucking crying. And this guy got mad and shit. And no DMT, they were just spreading it amongst themselves. They were married, okay? Don't start spreading no lies, all right? Don't worry. They were not like Diddy, spreading diseases everywhere. Not like that. That's not how they rolled, right? But he said that he got pissed and he went confronted the neighbor, and the neighbor got mad, and then he came back over here to the mailbox, and then the neighbor came out of his house with a gun and said, "F you, baggots." And then he was going to shoot at the little boy right there. But the old man got in the way to protect his husband, little boy husband. And he shot him instead. And he died right there. And they arrested the guy. And the guy didn't lie. He told the cops, "Yeah, I shot him. I shot that baggot. And I'll shoot him again, too." And they took him to the jail. And he was released the next day on $200,000 bail bond. I don't understand how the laws are working down here. Because apparently you can go to jail for life for smoking weed. But you can kill a man, a homosexual man, that's a hate crime, in broad daylight and admit it. And be out the very next day. I don't understand how the law works, my friends. Because Diddy didn't kill anyone. He just fucked a lot of people and did a lot of drugs. And he's been in jail for over a year. That man killed this guy in broad daylight in front of people. And he's out. So pretty crazy. Sorry, pretty crazy. I do have some video. All right. Because the news went down there and tried to get more scoop. Started talking to all the neighbors and shit. I'm not gonna put the reports and the interviews of the neighbors because then they're gonna copyright me because I'm actually showing the shit, the reporters, and asking the questions. So I can't show you that, but I can tell you what they asked them. The neighbors claim that these guys and that particular neighbor have been fighting for years. because these guys are gay, and I guess they like to like make out or fucking be gay in the front yard or in the backyard or whatever. And the neighbor, instead of minding his own fucking business, always out there looking at them. And every time he looks at them, he gets more and more angry and yells at them, faggots, and shit. And so this has been happening for a long time, apparently. And the cops have been over there for disputes and shit like that. The neighbors say this has been a long time coming. They interviewed a little girl, a little Mexican girl. I cannot show her face, we'll get in trouble. But little Mexican girl claims that before this went down, that this guy started walking up and down the street with a pitchfork. And that he was angry, and he was yelling, and he was saying about like he's gonna kill all the kids here, and he's gonna murder everybody, and fuck everybody, and this and that. And then when they try to confront him about it, he was all like, what? I'm just rehearsing a scene for a movie. Leave me alone. I can walk down the street with a pitchfork and start screaming. There's nothing wrong with that. I was like, well, this little girl sounds like she's lying. She's defending her dad, who's obviously a fucking a racist. And shot a gay man in his fucking mailbox. But then they showed this cell phone video. And I'm allowed to show the cell phone video. Fuck you, YouTube.
What's it feel like, bro? Yeah, how you feel? That guarantee, boy, when you go to bed, you don't know when you're gonna wake up. You pull a gun on somebody, that's reason for deportation, man. The cops dropped the case because they had no witnesses, right? But I had a witness. Like, habla con la policía. So we're going to reopen the case. And look, I don't have to do it just like the cops put you on me. The cops put you. But this is the case. Mine wasn't a felony. Yours would be a felony. Think about it. You read that paper, you sign it. Reason for deportation. I was looking at the street. Put wires. Ain't doing nothing wrong, sir. I'm the police. You guys called the cops when I'm not here. I can yell, I can scream, I can pray. Whatever I want. And they don't mean I'm crazy. Don't mean I'm like me, I got the hand of God. Right there, man. You're taking pictures of me with my dog. That's what you're getting. You're coward. Don't even know how to take a gun off the safe. Do not be up with this.
Now it's a little hard to understand, but he's talking shit to the neighbor that's pointing a gun at him. The little girl is only shooting from her house on the side next to it, but he's talking shit to the neighbor that's pointing a gun at him. Because they've had issues and they've had fucking the cops come over there, and he's telling him like, like if they come over here, you have a gun at me, you shoot me, they're gonna deport your ass. He's telling him, go ahead and do it. So he's already egging him. The guy's already pointing a gun at him. This guy's a pitchfork, standing in the street yelling, and he's yelling at him, do it. You're the one who's gonna get deported and shit. Yeah. I don't think Hank would have held DMT. Hank would have been like, oh, Bobby, get back inside. Cheers!
Live.
It's a damn shame, man. But I think, honestly, the worst part about all of this, because who knows what happened. I mean, look, man. When motherfuckers start acting crazy, anything can happen. There's a reason why I don't have a gun. Because I'm crazy. All right? Who knows what I probably wouldn't be alive right now if I would have had a gun a long time ago. Because I'm crazy. All right? Anybody has a gun, guess what? One day, you're going to use it. And you better pray that when that day comes, that you are sober as fuck, and you're in your right mind, you're not angry, and you're calm, cool, and collective, and you've thought about the decision before you pull the trigger. Because that's what happens when you buy a gun. You're going to use it one day, and you're going to be in a situation where some shit's going to go down. If you don't have a gun, You'll never be in that situation. Hell, you might get shot and you die, but at least you won't be in a situation where you're going to have to deal with pulling the trigger and dealing with the consequences. Is all I'm saying. God rest your soul, John Redcorn. Jonathan Josh, and your little gay boy husband. My sympathies go out to you, man. It's very shitty. And I think it's even shittier that someone gets to kill someone and they get free the very next day. Yep. Oh, well. Moving on to more celebrities. Mylie Cyrus was asked in an interview recently how she looks so goddamn gorgeous. I wouldn't have asked her that. But somebody did. Probably some simp or whatever. They said, your skin is so clear and shiny. And you're so radiant. What's your secret? According to Mylie, her secret is the sperm of salmon. She orders this cream from Japan. It's salmon sperm. She puts it all over her face and shit. Her body, pussy when she masturbates. And it makes her skin clear and shiny like that. She says she doesn't like the taste of it. They asked her, you tasted it? And she said, well, I mean, I put it on my lips because I wanted my lips to get that treatment and shit. And so I tasted it. And she goes, it's not as bad as human sperm. Cheers, my Cyrus!
Live.
We know she's seen a lot of that. She's seen a lot of it. Oh, God damn it. What are women doing to themselves? I mean, this chick's putting fucking fish sperm on her face and body. What's that other one? Jennifer Aniston or Claudia Schiffer or whatever the fuck is putting like Korean babies' foreskins on her face with blood and shit. Just so they can look good. Look, bitch, you want to look good to a man? Just get naked. It don't matter if you're overweight or you're skinny, you got no tits and no ass. Get naked, and that man's gonna fuck you. I promise you that. Cheers!
Live.
Oh, yeah. Cheers, man! And cheers to Mylie Cyrus. All right, I got a brand new beer. Cheers, everybody. Happy Friday. Oh, yeah. You gotta do this. This little hand thing right here. Yeah. So you look good. All right, let's get into what everybody's been waiting for, motherfuckers. Let's get into the nitty gritty Diddy.
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Oh yeah, cheers!
Smoke weed every day.
Oh my god. I'm pressing all the buttons here and dropping everything left and right. Where did my cartridge go? It fell somewhere. But it's alright. I got another one right here. We got Pineapple Express right here. Fuck you, Diddy. Alright, let's get into this. It was a busy week for this motherfucker. And they started off with calling none other than Mr. Eddy Garcia to the stand. The security guard in charge the day that he beat the shit out of Cassie in that video everyone has seen. And now we know in that video that it was actually a freak off. It was 3 fucking guys that Diddy ordered to fuck the shit out of Cassie while Diddy masturbated. Diddy decided to join in there, and all the men were there, and they suddenly pushed her out of the way, and all the men were going at it together. And she said, well, I mean, y'all don't need me. So she put her clothes on, decided to leave. And Diddy got pissed because he wanted her to be there. And so he got out of the room and beat the shit out of her and made her go back in there and sit down while all the men had sex. And so that's what happened that day. Now we know the truth. Now we know the truth. But this guy claims that Diddy's assistant, his right-hand man, Karine or some shit, KK is what they call her, she first called the hotel, and since he's there, asked to speak to him because he's in charge of the cameras, and said, hey, we need that tape. And he said, well, I don't have access. Like, I'm just a security. I'm here to watch the videos. I don't have access to it. And she says, well, I mean, it's Diddy, and he's asking for it. Can you get it for him? And he says, like I said, I don't have the keys to the hard drive because it's in a lock. Like the case, it's locked. I don't have the keys to it. Only the manager does. I'm just an employee. This is my shift. And he goes, but I don't know if the manager's gonna want to give it to you. Because I'm here sitting down in front of the videos. I saw it, and it's pretty bad. And she goes, oh, okay. And she hangs up. And then the phone rings again, and he picks it up, and it was Diddy. And Diddy asked him, do you know who I am? And he's all like, yeah. And he's all like, oh, yeah, you're a fan. All right, player. All right, player. And so then he tells him, I need that tape. And he tells him the same thing he told the assistant. I can't get him, man, because it's locked. The manager has the key and shit. And he says, look, motherfucker, I know there's something about you. I just know it. I hear it in your voice. You're special. I know you can get me that tape. Make it happen. Make it happen. And I'm going to take care of you. Make it happen. And call me back to this number. And Diddy hangs up. And this guy was all like, well, fuck. I don't know what to do. I guess let me call my manager. He called his manager. And he told him, hey, man, Diddy's over here. He's had a bunch of men having sex. This girl left. He got out of the room. He beat the shit out of her. It's all on video because I'm here. The cameras caught it. And now he wants the video. I don't know what I should do. You're the manager. And the manager tells him, call him back and tell him you'll give him the video for 50. And the manager hung up. And then, and this guy's all like, the prosecutors asked him, what do you mean? What did he mean by 50? And he goes, well, I mean, he just said 50. I assumed he meant 50,000. But when I called Diddy, I told him the same thing. I told him, my manager says he'll give you the fucking video for 50. And Diddy said, yes, Eddy, I knew it. I knew you were my man. I knew you were special. You're my angel, Eddy. You're my angel. And he says, make it happen. Bring me the video. Here's the address. I want it here now. And so Eddy's all like, okay. And so Eddy calls his manager. The manager's all like, he said, yes, I'm on my way. So the manager goes down there, gets the key, opens up. Eddy says, I didn't go into office. He was there by himself. And then he comes out and he gives me a USB. And he says, come back with whatever he gives you. And Eddy's all like, okay, boss. And so he goes. And so he goes to the hotel. And he says, I go in there. It's a hotel. There's a big bed. There's blood stains. Looks like there's oil on the walls. Stains everywhere. I don't know what the fuck had happened. It's a funny smell. But Diddy's there, and he has a bodyguard. And then that girl that was in the video that he beat the shit out of, she was sitting right over there. Or whatever. And so then fucking Diddy says, you got the USB? And he's like, yeah. And he gives him the USB. And he tells him, is that the only video? Because this is not going to go down unless it's the only video. And this guy's all like, well, I'm just an employee. Like, just let me call my boss and find out. He calls his boss. And he says, Diddy says he's not going to give us the money unless it's the only video. And the boss tells you, tell him it's the only video. We all know that's not the only video because it got out. But so then he told Diddy it's the only video. And Diddy's like, all right. And so then he signaled his bodyguard, and the bodyguard fucking got money, and they had a cash machine, all professional. He put a bunch of hundreds. Strapping them. He strapped a couple of straps, put them in an envelope, and he gave it to him. And he says, there's 100 grand in there. 50 for your boss, and 50 for you, my angel. Keep my number. Whatever you need, I got you. You're my angel, Eddy. And then Cassie came over, and Cassie said, thank you, because I have a movie premiere, and this was going to be bad if this got out. We were just really drunk. It was just a drunken night. That's all it was. And this guy's all like, I mean, okay. And this guy freaked out because now he's carrying an envelope with $100,000. And he's all like, fuck. So he said, nah, I'm not going to fuck around. Like, I mean, because he's already scared with everything that's happening. And so he goes back to the hotel and he tells his manager everything that happened. And he told the manager, hey, Diddy gave us 100. He said 50 was for you and 50 was for me. And then the fucking, the manager looks at him and says, that's what he said, huh? He's like, yeah. He's, but you do what you want, boss. The boss took out the money. He counted. He got 50 grand. And he handed him 50 grand. And then this guy said, hey, boss, I'm going to give 20 to this other guy over here, Jose. Because he was there with my shift. Just so he can not say anything. And the boss is all like, good idea. So he gave him fucking the other guy $20 that was also working the shift. He kept 30 and the boss kept 50. And they asked him, what you do with your money? And he says, I went and bought a used car. Yeah, with my 30 grand. Probably a used Mercedes Benz or a used Bentley. You know, something like 7 years old, but it's still a fucking Bentley or still a Mercedes Benz, motherfucker. So you still flex on them, flex on motherfuckers when you drive down the street. So that's what he did. This is bad for Diddy because already this is showing fucking, you know, like transactions, money, illegal, bribery, basically. Evidence. Give me shit. Shut your mouths. It's shit. So this falls under the RICO fucking shit. Criminal empires. So this is bad for this dumbass. As soon as this ended, they were going to call the next witness. And all of a sudden, this crazy fucking lady got up and started yelling, "Free Diddy!" And she was talking, "Diddy, don't you let them do this to you. These motherfuckers are laughing at you. Pull your gun out at them, ninja. I dare you." And the judge was hitting the "Take that ninja out of here," the white judge said. And all these motherfuckers grabbed this lesbian, non-binary, bald-looking motherfucker with a hoodie. That's the way the drawing is. I'm just describing it, all right? I didn't draw this picture. And so they kicked her the fuck out of the court. The fuck out of here, bitch. So yeah, he's paying these simps. You know, he was paying people the week before. We were talking about it. He's paying motherfuckers to be out there wearing free Diddy shirts. And now he's paying people to go in there and interrupt the courtroom. Disrupt the proceedings. Fucking guy, dude. Your money's gonna run out, Diddy. It gets fucking better. The next witness was kind of fucking boring. This was his ex-CFO, Derek Ferguson. And basically, they just talked about money and how much money Bad Boy Entertainment made, which was a lot of fucking money. And he said it wasn't just music because, you know, the music died down after a while, after Napster came around and everybody was downloading shit off the internet, no longer buying CDs. So he ventured out into fucking Sean John and liquors and fucking prostitutes and selling drugs and shit like that. And so this guy was just talking about money and transactions and shit like that. And nothing really stood out. They were just trying to establish the fact that there's a lot of money being transferred back and forth through Bad Boy Entertainments. But the one thing that hit the nail in the dick for Diddy was the fact that this guy said that there was a transaction on December the 23rd, the day before the eve of the Lord Jesus Christ's birthday. And that's the day Diddy said he was going to release the sex tapes of Cassie when he called his mom and said, I have sex tapes of men fucking your daughter. If she wants to fuck Kid Kadai and not be with me, I'm going to release them on Jesus' birthday. Unless you give me $20,000, you fucking black whore. I didn't say that, Diddy did. And so Cassie and the family was forced to mortgage their house for 20 grand so they can pay this multi-fucking millionaire to not release their daughter's sex tape on Christmas Day. And this guy says there was a transaction of $20,000 coming in to Bad Boy Entertainment from Cassie Ventura's father on the 23rd of December. And then there was another transaction on the 27th of December of $20,000 back to the same account because Diddy finally came off his fucking ecstasy, ketamine fucking high that he was on for days and shit and realized that he was being a piece of shit, extorting poor people, and decided to give the money back. Because all of a sudden, his tiny little Grinch perverted little heart grew an inch. And he felt bad for an instant. This is a nail in the coffin. Because this proves that he is extorting people. That Cassie's story about that he extorted her mom for $20,000 is a fact. Coming straight from the CFO. Nail in the coffin for motherfucking Diddy. And cheers to Anthony Wyndham! Live. Mason, we play Fortnite on Mondays and Tuesdays, you freaking guy. I love you. All right. Let's move it along. Thank you for being here, guys. Each and every one of you motherfuckers, I appreciate you guys. You build the show for me. And you actually make life interesting. Happy Friday. Happy Pride Month. Let's all be proud of being who we are. No matter who doesn't like you. Cheers. All right, let's keep it going. The next witness brought onto the stand was Bana, and I don't know how to say this right, but it's Bana Bongolana Nan. And yes, from her name, even though this picture showing an Asian chick, she's black. You can tell by her name, Bana Bongolanan or some shit like that. This is the chick that Diddy dangled off a 17-foot fucking floor of a balcony hotel. And he yelled and told her, bitch, I am the devil. I will murder you and get away with it. Yeah. And during this whole thing, she claims that everybody was trying to stop him from doing this. He had her over the ledge like that, holding her. And everybody was trying to stop him. And that he was like a super villain, just and just he was so much on drugs, he had all this superhuman strength and was just shoving people away, just showing off. And he pulled her up and he told her, you're a bitch. Her story is she's just one of Cassie's friends and shit, who ended up hanging out there and going, on the trips when they would go out of towns and to other countries and shit. And fucking do all these drugs along with Cassie. She saw the beatings. I'm not going to repeat a lot of the stuff. But the main stuff that the main stuff that the government wanted to have her there for is that she claims that Diddy would give her money to go buy drugs for them. Or sometimes, because she knew drug dealers, she had the drugs and would sell them to them. So there's already trafficking going on, basically, of narcotics. And that's what falls under the RICO charge, which is fucking up. This chick, man, she says that after that night, because they had been on ketamine for fucking 8 hours and ecstasy, and after he scared the shit out of her by dangling her off the fucking roof and shit, she wanted to be sober from then on. She didn't want to talk to Cassie. She wanted to be sober, wanted to change her life because she was scared out of her life. And the only way she knew she was going to stick to her fucking not doing this anymore was she went straight to the tattoo artist and she had that date tattooed on her arm. They showed it in court. The date that they dangled her over the ledge, she had it tattooed right on her fucking arm so she would remember not to do drugs ever again. And she claims she's always been sober. And she says she still has mental breakdowns. And she wakes up in the middle of the night from nightmares, from being hung over a 17-foot fucking ledge. Imagine 17 stories high up being dangled by some fucking high as fuck naked guy. It's crazy and shit. I think I would have nightmares too. Fucking guy. They were going to call the next witness, but the judge noticed that Diddy was staring at the jury and smiling and nodding and going like, and the judge stopped everything and called over his lawyers and started yelling at his lawyers. And they said, if I catch him doing that one more fucking time. By the way, he did it twice. That's why she had enough of it. And she told the lawyer, you better go and you talk to his black ass. I didn't say that. The judge did. You talk to his black ass. And if he does this one more fucking time, I will send his ass to jail right now. And we will continue with the fucking proceedings and the rest of this trial while he sits in his cell. And the lawyer's all like, okay, judge. And the lawyer went back there and fucking talked to Diddy and told him, stop fucking up. Quit looking at the jury. We already paid juror number 4 and we paid juror number 8. Quit signaling them, you idiot. They're gonna know. I don't know if you guys realize that because this is a federal case, a big RICO federal case, is that just one juror has to say not guilty and he goes free. It's done. Everything's back to normal for him. Well, not back to normal because I think he's ruined for life. I mean, they exposed his whole fucking, his whole life, you know what I'm saying? But if one of these jurors votes not guilty, he's let go. So it's fucked up that he is there signaling, nodding, and smiling at the jury. I think they should just fucking kick all the jury off and get brand new ones. Get Son of Man, get Super Saiyan Joku, get Anthony Timmons, get Mason, get Gomer, get all the goddamn woke pack in there. We'll fucking get this guy in jail for life.
Live.
Where he belongs, motherfucker. We'll get this son of a bitch. They finally brought out the last witness. And the last witness has been on the stand for 2 days and is gonna be on the stand on Monday or probably Tuesday. I hate how they drag this shit out. The other day they took Monday off, they didn't even start till Tuesday, and then Tuesday they started at noon. Today they started at noon. They didn't even start in the morning. It pissed me off. They're just taking their time. You know what they're doing is they're dragging the fucking court, because for every day that goes by, Diddy's lawyers, and he has a lot of lawyers. Every day he gives another guy a try. Let me see what you can do. Oh, fuck you. The next guy. He has like 20 lawyers, different firms. Every day that passes by, they're charging his motherfucking ass. And so if the government says, even if we lose, we're going to make sure this guy is poor by the end of this shit. Yeah!
Live.
The next person that they fucking brought in did not want to be identified by her real name. And she signed some shit that she wasn't going to get in trouble for whatever she said. So everyone called her Jane. But according to her, because she was the side chick. All right. Diddy was married to, oh fuck, I don't even remember this chick, the one who died. I forget. Diddy was married. Cassie was his side girl, his girlfriend. But then he had other chicks on the side. This was one of the side chicks. She was an OnlyFans model. She had a baby with someone that Diddy does not like very much. And surprisingly, this girl is the only girl that did not get... Yeah, thank you, Super Saiyan Joku. He was married to Kim Porter. She died mysteriously of pneumonia at a very young age. You know, probably after having sex for 4 days straight on drugs. In winter, outside, while it's snowing. Fuck you, Diddy. He was married to Kim Porter. It's fucking Cassie, his official girlfriend on the side. And then he had side chicks on the side. Jane was one of those side chicks. Her name's not Jane. We're not gonna know her real name. I'm trying to get to that. OnlyFans model has a child with a man that Diddy does not like. And for whatever reason, this is the only girl that Diddy did not physically abuse with his fists. With his dick, of course, and with other men's penises, that's fine. That's sexual abuse, I guess. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that's called. I mean, she agreed to some of it. We're going to get into this in a little bit. The point is, he didn't beat her. He never beat her up the way he beat the other women. I mean, Diddy would even beat his assistants. We were talking about this the last 2 weeks. His assistants would say, when he get mad, he'd throw me into the wall. Push me into the pool. He hit me. He would throw stuff at me. He likes beating women. But he never beat this one. You want to know why? It's pretty obvious. There is one man who has been a Diddy hater and a troll for a very long time. You all know who I'm talking about. Talk about Mr. Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent. 50 Cent has a baby mama that he doesn't have a good relationship with, who was an OnlyFans model. Diddy's Jane is an OnlyFans model who has a child from a man that Diddy does not like. Why did he not beat this one girl if he beats every woman around him, including his own mother? One of his bodyguards claimed he saw Diddy slap his mother in the face. Slaps his own mother. Why is he so afraid to beat down on this woman Probably because Curtis Jackson is the fucking baby daddy. And you don't want Curtis Jackson coming down on your ass, Diddy. Because Curtis Jackson is real. You have money and power, but you were never a gangster. 50 is a gangster before he had money and power. That's the difference, Diddy. You're just pretending to be a gangster because you got money. 50's been a gangster before he got money. Yeah. So, 2 and 2 together. My prediction is that Jane is fucking 50's baby mama. And this is why 50 hates Diddy so much, is because probably this bitch came to 50 and cried and told him all these things. But 50's a real G and a man. And this bitch left him. So 50's gonna probably told her, bitch, that's what you wanted? You want to be there with them? That's what you got. You got fucked. Get the fuck out of here. Go do your OnlyFans. Yeah, I don't have to give you child support anymore. The kid's 19. The check stopped at 18, motherfucker. Go get your money from somewhere else. Cheers, 50 Cent!
Live.
This chick claims that she knew from the start that she was the side bitch. But she fell in love with him. And because the way they met is because Diddy was dating one of her friends, which was Diddy's side chick. One of his side chicks was Diddy's. But then he started flirting with her, and because she didn't want to lie, like her friend catching her fucking her boyfriend, not even her boyfriend, because she's the side chick, you know what I'm saying? So Diddy came up with this thing on the cell phone. You'll be Bert and I'll be Ernie. And that's why the text messages and the phone say Bert and Ernie. Diddy is perverted as fuck that he chooses children's fucking TV shows as code names for the sexual orgies and shit with his whores. Bert and Ernie. That's what they were called in secret. He made an arrangement with her where he went in. They had a love meeting. And he says, if we're going to be doing this, we're going to have a contract. And he brought out some papers. And he said, how much do you want per month? And this bitch is all like, 20 grand. And he's all like, nah, that's too much. She's like, fine, 15. And Diddy's all like, I'll give you 10. And she's all like, sold. So she signed the papers. And Diddy was giving her 10 grand a month because 50 Cent didn't have to pay her any more child support. The child's already past the 18. You know what I'm saying? So she said, now I had 10 grand a month coming in. I had a lifestyle. And I didn't have to see him all the time because I was his side chick. You know what I'm saying? But whenever he'd call, I had to go over there. And he says, and one time, you know, he started first watching the same thing he did to the other girls. You know how this is Diddy's manipulation tactics. They start off first watching porn together and shit. Gangbangs and shit like that. And then he starts telling her all these things and fantasies, and she starts getting excited. And then one night she says they were watching a porn, and that he asked her, hey, what if we get some guy, like one day we get a guy and he has sex with you and I watch you. And she said, I thought he was playing, and I was like, maybe he just wants to get horny to fuck me, like we're in the bed. So I told him like that would be awesome, you know. And then I said, well, I guess we're gonna fuck now. So I went to the bathroom to get ready. She said, and when I came back, Diddy was on the phone and he was calling a fucking guy to come over.
Live.
You dumb bitch. All you had to do was tell him yes, and he right away got on the phone and did it, this sick son of a bitch. And she freaked out. She said, I didn't think he was serious. I thought it was just he was playing. But I didn't say anything. And then when the guy showed up, I was kind of afraid. And he said, it's okay, baby. And he said, open your mouth. And he threw an ecstasy pill in my mouth. And he says, this will make you feel better. Oh, yeah. And so then I did it and shit. And she went on. This 2 days of disgusting testimony that, quite honestly, I don't know why the government is asking her these questions. but a lot of details about exactly what the names of the different escorts, or at least what they went by, what they did, how she felt about each one, and shit, like details, bro. Like details, like there was even one guy that she said, there was a guy who was sweating from the moment he came in to the fucking hotel. He was sweating, drenched in sweat, and he smelled. And Diddy wanted me to fuck him, and I was like, no, nuh-uh, And he says Diddy got annoyed, but he told him to leave, and he called him. He got on the phone, and he got another guy. And she said that when she realized that this was gonna be happening all the time and shit, that she realized. Oh, and another thing, Diddy did not want them to use condoms, and she told him, "You better not ask them to use condoms, because you're gonna make me angry." Again, he never hit her, but she says she didn't like seeing him upset, because she said that she loved him and she just wanted to make him happy. This is already manipulation, because this is grooming from the start. Groomed her. He's already given her $10,000 a month. You have a house and everything. And now you're making her feel guilty if you don't do these things. Look at all the things I'm doing for you. This is all manipulation. All right. What I'm saying is all these details that she went on talking about this sex and shit, that honestly has nothing to do. I think the government is just trying to give us juicy details, for sick motherfuckers like you and I and shit. Oh, yeah. But I don't think this is proving anyone's case. She did say that the longest was 18 hours, and that after one guy would finish, Diddy would pay him, and the next guy would arrive, and she was like, what the fuck? And Diddy would tell her, go rinse down and come back out here. And by the way, Diddy is not having sex with her. Diddy's just there masturbating, she says. Diddy's just masturbating. And at the end of everything, after like 4 or 5 guys have fucked her for 14 hours straight, and she's on drugs, she says, that's the only way I could put up with it. I had to be on ecstasy or whatever pills she would give me, because it's impossible to put up with that. She said I had to, this was happening all the time. I had to pick my favorites, because some guys were disgusting, some guys were ugly, some guys were fat and shit. And so I would tell Diddy, only call this guy, or no, call this guy, or only these guys and shit. Because those were the only guys she thought, well, I mean, at least these guys are not as bad and shit. Some of these other guys smell, their dicks smell and shit. And so they did, shit like that, because they were asking her about text messages. Why are you asking Diddy for this guy? And she's like, well, because he doesn't smell. His dick doesn't smell like that other guy's. That's why. He's going to make me do this. I guess I'm going to pick the one I want. God damn it, she said. I had no choice. Fuck you. It's horrible. I think the main thing the government was eventually leading into was that when all this was happening and she was now used to doing these things, and because Diddy travels all the time, he's bad boy entertainment, filming movies, going over here, vote for Obama, hey, vote for Joe Biden, vote for Kamala Harris. He's busy going left and right, you know what I'm saying, on events and shit. So he would call her, I'm going to be in LA, I need you in LA, I'm going to buy you a ticket, go pick it up and come over here. You're going to get fucked. I'm going to masturbate. And so she would be like, okay, I'll be right over there. And so she'd go to the airport, and she went to the airport. His assistant would suddenly be there and hand her a luggage or a bag, a carry-on. And the carry-on had cocaine or ecstasy pills or that pink stuff, which is a bunch of stuff mixed together. But large quantities. Like, imagine a small fucking backpack full of it. That's what basically they would hand her. And she said that the first time they did that to her, she was all like, what? And she told Diddy's assistant, is this safe? And the Diddy's assistant says, yeah, I do it all the time. And so from then on, every time she would go meet Diddy in LA or wherever the hell he was, sometimes she would fly to Turkey or some other places with her friends, she'd fucking have a bag full of drugs to take to him. That's in the RICO charge. That is trafficking of narcotics, my friend. They're fucking Diddy in the ass. And at the same time exposing his sick, dirty habits. Because I'm telling you, none of these details, these perversions, have anything to do with the RICO charge. They don't. This is just to make him look bad. And to show how sick he is. And fuck not. Oh my God. Diddy. This girl's gonna get questioned or cross-examined next week by his fucking attorneys. And then they got more witnesses. I have a feeling the government has Diddy's assistant, KK, something Karine or some shit like that. Caroline, I don't know her real name. I haven't done enough research. But that chick, she was with Diddy. I mean, she was glued. She was like attached to him all the time. And she saw everything. She did everything. She would order people to do these things for him sometimes. And like I said, she's the one who would take the drugs to the airport and say, take them to Diddy when you get there. You know what I'm saying? So I think she could have, because she's being called out this whole time from the beginning of the case as being, she's basically Ghislaine Maxwell. Jeffrey Epstein had a number 2 who commanded next to him, and that was Ghislaine Maxwell. She's in jail right now. So KK has not been charged or been in jail. You want to know why? Because I'm pretty sure she cut a deal with the government. And eventually, she's going to hit the witness stand and confess to doing all these things. Because if she's not a witness, then she's going to get implicated and go to jail too. But this chick has deleted all her social medias. She's gone dark on the internet. No one's heard or seen from her at all. I guarantee you the government, she's made a deal with the government. And she's there. She's there. She's going to turn on Diddy. And Diddy doesn't even know it yet.
Live.
They keep saying that Trump's going to pardon Diddy. Trump's not going to pardon Diddy. Diddy, you're already done for, bro. I keep saying it, everybody. I've been saying it. Diddy was America's Jeffrey Epstein. All right. Jeffrey Epstein worked for the Jews, getting data, getting blackmailing everybody, every wealthy politician, every wealthy business owner, philanthropist, entrepreneur, every wealthy fucking movie star or fucking record producer. They were getting fucking dirt on everybody. He had video cameras everywhere, having orgies with young girls and selling prostitutes and shit like that. They were doing that for Israel to blackmail America. They got rid of Jeffrey Epstein. Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail. And the Epstein files and the tapes and all the evidence will never be released because Trump, the Democrats, the Republicans, all of Hollywood, and anyone who has millions of dollars is on there. And so we're never gonna see it. That's the truth. But the Illuminati have a black Illuminati that they control. Their own little slavery group. We've seen the slavery group, the Boulay, or the Bouget, or Boulay, whatever the fuck that French shit these motherfuckers call themselves. Diddy was part of it, so is Jay-Z and Tyler Perry and all these motherfuckers. Steve Harvey and shit. Kevin Hart. They control the industries. All right? They're smuggling drugs. They're smuggling fucking guns. They're smuggling children. Diddy was the Epstein of that group. Whereas Diddy holds the disgusting debaucherous orgies and records it and keeps everyone on drugs and shit so we can have evidence. That's how Diddy got so much power. And that's why he was allowed to continue doing these things. The problem was, and this is my theory, is that Diddy tried to extort. Because Diddy was extorting people for his own benefits as well. He is a patsy. And he does answer to other people, most likely Clive Davis. A lot of people don't know Clive Davis is the reason Puff Daddy even exists. Because Andre, whatever the fuck that idiot, he's the one who fired Puff Daddy, and this guy had nothing He was done for. Biggie didn't even have a deal. And out of the blue, out of nowhere, Clive Davis calls Puff Daddy and hands him Bad Boy Entertainment, hands him money. This guy gets Mary J. Blige. This guy gets Faith Evans, B.I.G., Usher. All of a sudden, he's a fucking multi-billionaire. They get chosen, bro. They get put in these positions. This is the truth. It's the truth. He was chosen. But this dumb son of a bitch probably tried to extort, I guess, a politician. Somebody who went to one of his orgies or some shit like that. And then he turned on him and said, hey, you know what? Remember last night when I was fucking you in the ass and you were sucking that other guy's dick? Well, I got it on video, motherfucker. I'm going to want this, this, and this. Passed. Aw, yeah. Uh-huh, yeah. And whoever that person was, grabbed the phone, made a few phone calls, and the next day they raided his house, and he was done. It's like I said last week. Somebody woke the fuck up and said just like Dave Chappelle said, we've given them ninjas too much money. We should have never given them money. He's getting out of hand. Clip his wings. He's being made an example of. And everybody who's been to the Diddy freak-offs and the tapes and have been with underage little girls that this guy has provided. Yeah, it happened. The main man himself, he even used to say, the guy that's always at the top of the list of every party I invite is Leonardo DiCaprio. He's the first person on every party that I have to invite. That's my main man, Diddy would say. Why? Because Leo likes them young. And that's a fact. All of these people who are involved and were the freak-offs will never go to jail. You will never see them pay anything, exposed or nothing. The only one who's going down for all of this is Diddy. Why? Because Diddy bit the hand that was feeding him. And that's really what's going on here. They're making an example of him to tell the rest of these ninjas that they better stay in line or the same thing is going to happen to you. Serve your masters and you listen to what your master says. And don't you ever try to extort me again. I build you up, I can bring you down again. That's what's really going on here. Yeah. They're all guilty, every last one of them, bro. And the sad part about it is they're all still in power and still in control. They're only busting their own kind. And like I said, no one's going to get exposed. There's no justice is being served here. Maybe justice for Cassie and some of the people that he directly fucking abused. But in reality, no real justice is being served because everyone else who partook in these activities, well, they're still in power. And that's the fucking truth. But because we keep saying on this channel that we, at one point in our lives, were a huge Bad Boy fan. God damn it, Bad Boy in the Family, No Way Out. It was my album in the 6th grade. Fuck. We're going to give this guy an outro and bid him farewell for this week. One more time. Here we go, Diddy. You piece of shit.
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't gon' stop. I thought I told you that we gon' stop.
Yeah. You fucking guy, Diddy. All right, we're done with the goddamn pop culture news. Let's keep this show going with the motherfucking weekly comic book nerd shit. Oh yeah. Comic book nerd shit. Oh yeah, I cut it way too soon there. Sorry about that. I got a premature button pressing there. I got too excited there. I blew my load too soon. Anyways, James Gunn is a fucking idiot. Yeah. This guy is about to release probably what will be the worst Superman movie of all time. And that's got something to say, because that shitty ass Superman movie that J.J. Abrams made bore the shit out of me. It was boring. It was lackluster. It was just fucking pathetic. It was lame. The color palette was lame. Zack Snyder was a genius. Underappreciated genius, and wasn't given a chance when his daughter committed suicide. Fuck you, Warner Brothers, you pieces of shit. How dare you not give the man enough time to grieve? Hire a pervert to destroy your shit. Then Ezra Miller run amok from the law. Fucking Ben Affleck being a drunk, having to go rehab. God damn it. The whole thing fell apart. So now we got this autistic fucking dumbass head of the studio. He doesn't like Batman or Flash or Wonder Woman or Cyborg or Aquaman. So he wants to make movies about monsters and sea creatures and fucking like animals and shit. Fuck you, James Gunn. He's an idiot. You don't believe me? Guess what? This fucking week, James Gunn was surfing the fucking internet and he ran into a post that mentioned Superman and it caught his attention. And it was a post from an African-American community trying to raise money for children in need because they got like diseases like cancer and COVID and shit like that. And their goal was just to raise a measly $5,000, because to us poor people, $5,000 goes a very long way. And so James Gunn decided, hey, let me help them out. They've only raised $4,000 from their $5,000 goal. So let me donate the $1,000 that they're missing. Fuck you, James Gunn. How dare you? You're worth millions. And you give them a measly $1,000. That's like 10 cents to you, you son of a bitch. Fucking racist. I bet you if those were white kids, you would have given them a cool $100,000. $100,000. You give them $1,000. You think your $1,000 is gonna save poor little Janiqua there from cancer? You son of a bitch. Fuck you, James Gunn. You're a dumbass. Oh, look, they mentioned Superman. Let me give him $1,000. Fuck you. You idiot. Yeah. You still think I'm lying? Oh, Cinema's just a hater. Oh, he doesn't like James Gunn because, you know, like he's got glasses and a black shirt and a spiky white hair and shit. Fuck you. Think I'm lying? Yeah. More embarrassments because his entire movie is already leaked. 1 month ago, you go back in our videos, we spoiled the entire movie from start to finish. We found it on the internet and the trailer proved it to us. We've already leaked the movie. We're not gonna re-leak it again. That's not how this channel works. We said it once, we'll never say it again. Fuck you. It's your chance to go back there and look at the videos. Maybe give us another like and subscribe and give us another view and shit. We need it. We're still not monetized after 5.5 years, for fuck's sakes. We're never gonna make any money. Meanwhile, this multi-millionaire is giving $1,000 to poor little black kids. Fuck you, James Gunn. More stuff is leaking from his stupid shit. But you got some dumbass Uno game, some card game where you play Uno, you put cards down and colors and shit, and you yell Uno to your friends and shit. It's a fun game when you're drunk and high. But I would never buy this stupid Superman fucking Uno collectible cards and shit. Anyway, here it is. This is Lex Luthor's soldiers' suits now shown in full blast right here. Then the way the soldiers are gonna look in the movie that Lex Luthor makes fucking suits for them and shit. I guess this Lex Luthor's final suit's gonna be similar to this ass. Fuck you, James Gunn. Your stupid little Uno and shit. He says, I gotta figure out ways for my movie to make money for Warner because there's no way in hell we're gonna make more money in Jurassic Park and the Fantastic Four, who premiere in the same month. You idiot. It would have been better. You would have come out in January. No movie comes out in January. You dumbass. That's where all your movies belong. Gunn in January. You idiot. Yeah. He's running scared. He knows that his movie doesn't stand a chance. He went on Twitter and started writing because people were talking shit like me. Son of Man's a hater. It's not just me. Everyone's saying the same thing I am. They're saying this movie doesn't stand a chance. The start of July, Jurassic World comes out. In the middle of July, Superman comes out. And then the next week, Fantastic Four comes out. You got 3 blockbuster hits in 1 month of the summer. Entire families are going to go to the theaters. Hundreds of dollars are going to be spent on popcorn and drinks and stupid ass popcorn boxes and shit that cost like $80. We're going to get into that in a little bit. And shit. All of these things are going to be spent. For what? No one's going to spend money on Superman. Mark my words. And this guy is panicking, and he's going on the internet, on Twitter, and begging fans, there is no need to start tribalism. There is no need to fucking say that this movie will be better than this one. There is enough to go around. Everyone should be able to go watch all the movies. Fuck you, James Gunn. Have you not been in this economy? Not everyone's a multi-millionaire like you with his half your age fucking hot as fuck wife. Alright? We're poor. We can't take our 6 children, spend $700 on tickets for all of them, on popcorn and drinks. For 3 movies? Fuck you. We're going to 1 movie this summer. And it's sure as fuck not going to be Superman. You want to know why? Because Superman hasn't been cool for over 30 years. That's why. Yeah. I can bet you right now, Jurassic Park is probably going to make more money than all of these movies. That's my prediction. Jurassic Park is going to be the winner. Because even Marvel is going to disappoint fans. Yeah. Just like they always have. Fuck you, James Gunn. You're a fucking hack. I know it. The woke pack knows it. The people on the internet know it. Shit, even your wife knows it. And the only reason you got her is because you got money. You pussy. Alright, we're done with this idiot. Let's move on to some Marvel ass. Cheers, everybody. Happy Friday night. Hope you're all having a good one. We've got some Daredevil Born Again leaks. The White Tigress. That's right. Gonna be in season 2. Or because she's like Puerto Rican or something, so I think she's gonna be La Tiguerita. La Tiguerita. It's gonna be out there and shit. This looks really shitty though. I'm not gonna lie, because she didn't even have a cool mask. She has a bandana over her mouth, like a gangster. That's some bullshit and racist, if you ask me. I don't know why she can't have a cool fucking mask like the Black Panther. Like the fucking, I'm not gonna lie, the fucking shitty mask her dad was wearing was shitty. She should have a better one, but I don't think they have enough money in the budget anymore, because they've spent hundreds of billions of dollars on bullshit movies like the Marvels and Ant-Man and whatever bullshit that no one else went to go see. But I want you all to take a quick look at this picture, because if you notice, there is a woman right there with a red scarf over her face. And a lot of people at first thought that maybe that was Elektra. And I was like, at first I was like, that could be Elektra. But then the next day we saw more pictures that came out from more of the shooting, and we find out that it's Karine. She's gonna go redhead. And I guess they're going incognito. Because remember, Mayor Fisk is now put a fucking brigade of corrupt cops to go out there and bust superheroes. It's basically the ICE going after the illegals. This is Marvel being political again. Mayor Fisk is Trump. ICE are the police officers in the Daredevil. And these guys are supposed to represent the illegals. And they're trying to round them up. I don't understand why they insist on trying to reflect the current political landscape into what we're fucking watching on TV. Some of us are actually trying to get away from that. Escape reality and into a fantasy world. But if you make the fantasy world to be the same as the real world, then we tend to not like it. You goddamn fucking idiots. Captain America Brave New World was the same shit. You know goddamn well Trump was the fucking president and he was the Red Hulk and all his ass. They've been doing this for years, and it's getting fucking old. This is exactly what's going on here. They're never going to learn. They're never going to learn. Oh, my God. Anyways. It used to be called entertainment. Now it's just called agendas. Here, we want you to join us. Fuck you. Just give me some cartoons, some Bugs Bunny fucking dropping anvils on somebody's head. Some nonsense without me having to think about shit or reflecting on life's issues. It's not entertainment anymore, people. It's not entertainment. Anyways, here's some spoilers and leaks. With some little that. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to do this manually. Like I said, this show is being run by a drunken high motherfucker. If I had a sober white, and believe me, he would be white, Protestant, working all the controls, this show would be better than goddamn Jimmy Fallon and his stupid ass Tonight Show, because at least I don't pretend to be something I'm not like he does. Yeah. Anyways, where the fuck was I? Yeah, right here. Fucking, there are no... Oh no, where am I? God damn it. I don't even know where I am anymore. Alright, I'm sorry you all. We don't have any Avengers fucking Doomsday Spoilers, unfortunately. You know why? Because goddamn Kevin Feige and Marvel are tired of fucking nerds flying their fucking drones over their sets and shit. And so now they have installed these, I don't know, fucking screens over the sky and shit. And they decided to post this on their social media to kind of taunt all the leakers that have been flying the drones, that have been giving us the pictures of the X-Mansion and the Sentinels and the destruction of them fighting and shit. But now we don't get to see it. So, just to let you all know, I don't know if we will get any more set pics from now on. But we'll keep you up to date with that. Moving on, we got our best fucking look at Galactus from this promotional art, and already the cat's out of the bag. He looks absolutely perfect. God damn it. You know the first Galactus? Remember the first Galactus? It was a goddamn cloud. Remember? It was just a purple cloud in the space. And that was it. This is perfect. I am so happy that I don't know how they've been able to translate. And I think Marvel has been really, really good at this. Translate the comic to fucking live action to almost look fucking identical. Like, I remember the first time I saw Thor, like from Thor 1, that's like perfect. It's like straight out of the comics, and I was just like, wow. Even the first fucking Captain America, the first movie, I was like, that's my favorite Captain America movie. Winter Soldier should be, but I really like the first one because it's like you're like in the 30s and you get that feeling like you're back there. It's just so cool, man. He looks perfect, man. And I like that that's the actual actor's that's his facial features. I forget what this guy's name is. Ralph something. Innocent. I think it's Ralph Innocent. I might be wrong. That might be the thing. I don't know what this guy's name is. He looks good. He looks good. Unfortunately, according to the test screeners, because they've shown this movie to test screeners already, this movie is mid at best. And if you look at the trailer, you could tell it is. There is not much happening in the movie. There isn't. The movie's going to start with them fighting the Mole Man, from what leaks have say. And the Mole Man's going to be played by that guy, Dan Housen, or whatever the fuck. The guy who played Richard Jewell, the bomber, and shit. That guy is going to play the Mole Man. He's going to look perfect. He is. He's going to look exactly like the comic book. I can already see it in my head. Fucking Kevin Feige's a genius for choosing that guy. He's gonna be the Mole Man, and it's kind of gonna be like a montage, like if kind of like a cartoon is starting, you know, where you're seeing like the credits, but you're seeing the shit happening. Well, that's what's happening. They're stopping the Mole Man. You're gonna see they're already a team, and the thing is that the secret of the movie is that they're really from the MCU, and they were in space doing some shit, and they went through a wormhole or some shit happened, and they got transported. People in the MCU thought they're dead, and that was it. They forgot about them. They wind up on this new reality on this Earth, and they have powers because they got radiation going through whatever the fuck, the multiverse, and so now they're heroes. And they become established here, and they protect the Earth. They're the only heroes and shit. There's no Iron Man. There's no fucking Avengers. One day, the Silver Surfer is going to show up, and we all know it's a girl. And she's gonna tell them Galactus is on his way and your planet is doomed and shit. And so they're gonna have to get into a spaceship and go into space to stop Galactus. Sue Storm is going to give birth to Franklin Richards in space. They're gonna have the baby in space while they're on their way to go fight Galactus. I don't know how this is gonna happen, because in the trailer we see Galactus on Earth. We see him walking through the streets, and we see him fucking like over the fucking, what is that, the Statue of Liberty. So I don't even know how or why they go into space and how Galactus even comes down here and shit. That's up in the air. I'm just telling you what the leakers are saying. The rumor is, or what the leakers who saw the movie are saying, is that this is the ending of the movie that's in the trailer. And what you're seeing in the trailer is their Earth, in their reality, being destroyed by Galactus. And they're in the spaceship. It's in the trailer. That's their ending. Their world gets destroyed. All the people that they know. And remember, that's not really where they're from, the MCU. But they've been living there, so they're kind of attached to where they are. You know. Another thing they're gonna say is that they don't want to go to the MCU. They want to stay where they're at because people accept them there. They're famous and they're popular and everybody thinks they're cool. They're afraid when they go back, if they go to the MCU, they're afraid that everyone's gonna look at them like they're freaks. They're weird. They have no idea there's a bunch of heroes already. They don't know that. So that's why they don't want to go back. They're afraid they're not gonna be accepted. Especially Ben, the Thing. You know, he's happy where he's at because everybody loves him there. Nobody's afraid of him. So, what is going to end up happening, and this is thanks to Doomcock and his leakers who saw the movie, are saying that the Silver Surfer belittles all the men, Richards, and the Thing, and Johnny Storm, and she beats them. And they're powerless against her. Because she's a woman, she's better and stronger than everybody. But with all honesty, the Silver Surfer is. So that is comic accurate. I'm not trying to fucking, be all MCU. But that is the truth. Her power set would make her stronger than them. But she beats them all. And that then, it's Sue Storm that uses her girl power by telling her, I have a child. And how are you doing this? Weren't you a woman once before you were the Herald? And she sympathizes and convinces her to fucking stop Galactus. At this point, Galactus is already eating and destroying the Earth. There's no stopping him from but she just wants the Silver Surfer to stop Galactus so that he doesn't do this again. So the Silver Surfer, and this is what's weird. The Silver Surfer pulls out a little cube out of her fucking stomach, according to the leakers. And they say, nowhere in the entire movie did they ever say or mention or anything about this little cube inside of her. But she pulls it out, and she goes to Galactus and drives it into him, and Galactus explodes along with the Earth and the Silver Surfer. So everything dies. And that's what you're seeing right there. Everything dying. And the Fantastic Four in their ship watching everything die. And so when everything dies, that creates a wormhole. And Reed realizes that's how we get back home. And they go in the wormhole. And that's when you see fucking them arriving in the MCU after this shit has just gone down. Yeah. Take that with your grain of salt, but something tells me, because we're seeing it in the trailer, that it's all true. They say the movie's boring because that's really what the movie is. Most of the movie is just showing you how they live there in this new Earth. How everyone accepts them, how they're heroes and people look up to them and how they're a family. And Sue says she's pregnant and shit like that. There's one guy who claims, I don't know if this is true. I didn't want to mention this, but there is one guy who claims, and actually, if you notice, you can see it in this picture. They're all wearing a wristband. The Thing is wearing one. Reed Richards is wearing one. You don't see Sue Storm, but in the trailers, she's wearing one. And so is Johnny. And I'm not talking about just when they're wearing the suits. If you go back and watch the trailer, throughout the entire trailer, they're always wearing that wristband. It doesn't matter what they're wearing. Even when they're wearing regular clothes, they're wearing that fucking wristband. There is a person online who claims he saw the movie. Take this with a grain of salt because I don't even know who this guy is. He's not even a leaker, but he says he saw it. He says the reason they wear those wristbands is because Reed Richards knows about the incursions. He knows because we've learned about the incursions in the Multiverse of Madness years ago when Doctor Strange first did it. Jim from The Office, that Mr. Fantastic who died, told Doctor Strange, whenever you, a person from one universe, travels into another universe and you start messing around there, you create an incursion because you're not supposed to be there. You're an anomaly. And the more you stay in that place and the more you fuck around, the more and of incursion you cause. And what you basically, you're causing both universes to come and crash into each other and die, destroy each other. They're going to die. Reed figures that out from the beginning that they get, and supposedly, according to this guy, you find this out later in the middle of the movie. Reed figured this out from the beginning. The moment they were transported to this universe, he figured out that this was going to happen. An incursion, because they don't belong there. And so he doesn't know how to get back to the MCU. And so he figured out how to make like this, I guess, I don't know if you want to call it a signal they're giving off or a force field, but something that gives them the same signature as that universe so that an incursion doesn't happen. So that whatever the universe thinks, they actually belong there. And that's why they're wearing those wristbands. I don't know if that's true, but that sounds like it sounds true. No one else of the actual leakers that I follow have said that or mentioned it. This other person, random person online said it. And it sounds like it's going to be true. It sounds plausible. It sounds like it's lining up. I mean, they are wearing fucking wristbands. I've gone to the trailer. I've looked. They're wearing it. It makes sense. It makes sense. So basically, the Fantastic Four movie will be kind of like, nah. You know? Is what people are saying. Because really nothing happens. The Silver Surfer comes, warns them. They go out there, they fight the Silver Surfer, Galactus comes, and then Galactus dies. End of the movie. You go to the MCU, right? Of course, the end of credit scene, we talked about it last week. The end of credit scene is they're in the ship, and Sue is with baby Franklin Richards. She puts him down, goes to get some water, or whatever the fuck. When she comes back, Tony Stark, Dr. Doom, is sitting there with baby Franklin Richards in his hand. We don't see his face, we just see him from behind, they said. But he's holding the baby and he has a mask in his hand. That's how it ends. So Dr. Doom hijacks their ship. And obviously Dr. Doom is going to be the one who's arriving in the MCU. I don't know what's going to happen to the rest of these motherfuckers, but we'll find out later. Cheers, everybody!
Live.
Oh my god. It wasn't a long show like we've had. I'm trying to keep this show short because what I figured out is that if the show is over 3 hours or 4, as a few of the past ones have, whenever I put the chapters in the descriptions, for whatever fucking reason, YouTube doesn't fucking show them on you. Like, you can't click on them and shit. But if I keep it under 3 hours, it puts the chapters. Either way, if someday the show is over 3 hours and you don't see that, you can't skip, just go to the description. The timestamps are there. You can actually click on the timestamps. It'll still take you to where you want to be. Anyways, I have been ranting long enough. I think we could have been longer, but honestly, I had to pull rabbits out of my ass this week because there wasn't a lot to talk about. I'm kind of fucking glad that Trump and Elon Musk went psycho on each other like two little girls. Fucking fuck you and your mom, and no, your mom and your mom. And that's basically what happened the last 2 days. But if it hadn't have been for that, I would have had nothing for the political news. Some weeks, shit happens. Some weeks, nothing happens. And the comic book news was like that this week and shit. I was a little high, and there was maybe 1 or 2 stories that I didn't fucking put in here because I'm fucking stoned as fuck. And I need a sober white person helping me out. But anyways, that's still not an excuse. We still managed to bring you the best goddamn show on YouTube every Friday night. Undiscovered, untainted, and uncensored. Cheers, everybody. But I have been ranting long enough for this evening, so I'm going to leave you with a little bit of life advice to take home for the evening. Always pump gas early in the morning. Let me tell you why. All right, because there's something, and I honestly, I'm gonna try to be a scientist about it, try to tell you that I know everything I'm saying, because I really don't. But AI knows everything it's saying. And I asked AI about how to maximize my gas intake in my car. And AI suggested that you and I, everyone else, should pump gas early in the morning when it's cool. Because when it's cool, the fucking gas it's not evaporating, and there's not like fucking air and shit inside of it. It's just liquid, and it's all solid like that. And it says that also, when you pump the gas, you do it slow. Because when you do it fast like that, it's shooting a lot of air through the pump. So when you do it slow, it's just shooting the fucking liquid and shit. You do it in the morning. It says the worst time of day to pump gas is when it is the hottest during the day. Because it's so hot that the ground and the gas tank or whatever, it makes it evaporate, and when you're pumping gas, you're actually getting less gas going in there, and you're getting charged the same. Pump your gas early in the fucking morning, or very, very late at night, is what AI and the Son of Man give you for this week. Until next week, cheers!
What the fuck, man? Fucking running like lady, eh?